It's Week 18 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see the electric Jayden Daniels.
After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Commanders and the Eagles coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Deron Payne. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a toss right to Barkley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Javon Kinlaw in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Jake Bailey now. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken from just outside the 30. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Open man is Noah Brown. On the move past the 40. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Daniels looking to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 38 now. Here's 2nd down at a yard. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the runner crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused. And here, he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
The Commanders' offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Now Daniels. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Open man down the field. It's a tight end centered. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get up.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., his second touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. This pass hauled in by Dotson. You talk about this Washington defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's the option. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down. To the air goes Daniels. Now they set up the screen. That's good play. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wound up picking up positive yardage.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Throwing now is Daniels. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Daniels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Now 2nd and 3. Play action, now it's Daniels. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Daniels from the gun on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Commanders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this first and goal.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Back to throw. Daniels firing quickly here, and that's complete. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. These two teams had met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Javon Kinlaw. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Commanders' offense and Jayden Daniels getting set for this next possession. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play, but it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it, and 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Throwing is Hurts. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they'll run the option to start the drive. He'll pitch it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This will be caught at Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Daniels over the middle, complete. It's Brown. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jalen Carter. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw. Daniels. This is caught by Robinson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throw right side complete to Dotson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's caught, Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' 1st down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line. Back to throw. There's the stiff arm. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. On the option, it'll be Hurts. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice running.
A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal. Barkley is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Saquon Barkley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Daniels looking to throw. He'll find Osborne here. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Commanders Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Hands it off out of the gun. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 38. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he stopped immediately there. Zach Bond there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And this is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Down the sideline he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jayden Daniels, 36 yards. And the Commanders get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Here's Hurts to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He'll drop to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 10. Now Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Robinson up the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. He's going to use his legs here. He gives it up. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Back to throw. Daniels. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They go play action. Daniels. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on first and goal.
Robinson again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Hurts sets up to throw it. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
That is incomplete. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Hurts. That's complete right around the 8. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. On 2nd and goal. Hurts. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And the Washington offense going back to work. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
So a victory here for the Commanders, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Washington, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's a tough loss to take as they'll finish things off at 9-8. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.